Once every year, the women of my family got together. They danced, they laughed, they ate. It was a celebration of mothers and daughters. Don't turn your back on your mother, Rebecca. Don't let your little girl grow up without a grandmother. I'm 85 and I still cherish all the memories that I had with one.
Beautiful. I'll call you in the morning and make the arrangements. So long, Sophia. You're beautiful, too.
Why did I ever marry that man?
Because he knocked you up.
That's a man and you're a man. You're both men. Clayton, you're that thing that everyone said Olga Larson's nephew was because he wore paisley clogs and gave out puff paste. What are they made of?
Silly putty road! I don't know, Rose. I just want to forget the whole incident. It's been a terrible night and I am very upset.
You mean because Gil dropped out of the...
Lucas, Dorothy, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations. I love you both.
Blanche, there is something I must say. Dorothy.
This is too much. I can't ask him to do this.
Of course you can.
Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
God, I wish I'd said that.
I don't see how doing all these chores is going to make him feel loved.
Look, Blanche, the one thing that David has never had in his life is structure. Now, doing chores will give...
Pictures, no slides, and no walks down memory lane.
I'll come with you.
What are we, nuns? We don't have to travel in pairs. I'm out of here. Hey, Sam, what's that you're playing? Ever tried passing a sponge?
What happened, Sophia?
I got stuck with the meanest patient in the history of medicine. I mean, just because a person has 2 weeks to live doesn't mean he has to be cranky.
Oh, come on, Ma, the man is dying. I mean, have some... Blanche, tell us about your date last night.
All I can tell you is Mr. Ted Tanner is quite a man, quite a man. He suits me to a G.
You mean to a T.
No, I don't think so, then.
Oh, here, taste this.
What is it?
Oh, it's my special maple syrup, honey brown sugar, molasses, Rice Krispies log.
How practical. A snack you can panel your den with.
Some people put flour in it, but I think that makes it too heavy. My kids always liked it this way. Anyone else?
Honey, you sure you're going to be all right here alone?
She'll be fine. If someone breaks in, she'll just have to sleep with them.
That was an expression, Sven.
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I think Rose got the brains in that family. Listen, let's make a pact. If we decide to keep this house, we're going to limit the number of...
No, I left an hour ago. What does it look like?
Look, can't the two of you at least say goodbye like civilized human beings? All right, that's it. I give up. Ma, goodbye. Angela, let's go. No, wait. I have something I want to say. When I was a little girl, there were two people...
And presses until it's chased away by, you know what.
No, what, Rose? A highway patrolman?
Dorothy.
What?
A big belch.
You couldn't say belch. What is it, a Viking curse?
Well, it's not the nicest word in the world.
Night, please.
Ma, do you mind if we move Scrabble to Sunday?
I'll live.
There's no need to be sarcastic.
No, I mean it. I'm finally going to go out and live.
what can I do for the senior statesman of the group?
I'll let that pass because you have the upper hand. Officer, my friends and I are totally innocent.
I'm innocent too.
Me too.
We're all innocent.
Quiet, you trash.
Good, I get him a scotch and we go in the closet.
No, it's about Stan and me.
You know something, Dorothy? On your wedding day, Sophia told me, she said your marriage is never gonna last. That made me very sad. And now to see you and Stan is so happy.
He was tall, she was short. He was cheap, she was extravagant. He was opposites. We get the picture. Well, anyway, I'll never forget the time they sang at our annual talent show, right after the herring juggling act.
You've done this before. By the way, we'll be staying with you until the business gets off the ground.
Well, what happens if the business fails?
We'll have to talk about a nightlight for the bathroom.
How much longer are we going to circle the airport, Rose? You want to bring this baby in?
Well, when she took the puppy to get his shots, the vet told her the bad news. He said, Mary Jane, this is no chihuahua. This is a rat.
Brush, it's not like you have a date tonight.
Ma.
It's not like you have a date any night or any day.
Look, Ma, when I find somebody worth going out with, I'll go out with him. Now, will you please stop nagging me?
Nagging? Is that what it's called when a mother wants a little happiness for her daughter?
Ma, I'd like to finish these glasses before Gloria gets here.
Your sister's
Now,
not...
I can call him what I want to.
If you don't mind, Blanche, I'd like to pay for lunch.
Oh, don't be silly, Swen.
I mean it. You gave me a great tour of the city today.
Oh, yeah, sure, no problem.
You still haven't said anything about my performance.
Oh, you mean that little ditty you croaked out? I thought it was cute.
Dorothy, how would you like to go to a wake next Friday?
Ma, you know how I feel about those things. They're so sad and
Bored and dissatisfied, and you'll end up unhappy. I hate to see that happen to your pussycat. But if you think you can handle that, just look me straight in the eye, and I'll drop the whole thing.
Ma, I can handle that.
Both eyes. No, I'm sorry, Mrs. Ferguson. No, I didn't happen to see Ed Sullivan last night, but I'm sure it was a good one. She's ready, God. That bell is you, Fluffy.
But the letter's too sweet to ignore. I'm going to write him back and tell him how much I appreciate it.
Isn't it nice to see Rose feeling so good about herself?
It certainly is. You know, this is the first time I've seen her smile since this whole thing started.
Dorothy, I have a confession to make. I wrote that.
Call. It's your friend Milton.
Oh, I can't believe he's calling at this hour.
Well, you told him to call day or night.
I didn't mean it. It's an expression. Like laugh and the world laughs with you. Well, the whole world doesn't really laugh.
That's because they're too busy calling here in the middle of the night. Good night, Rose.
I'm sorry, then you must be... Oh, Dorothy! Right, of course. Okay, we have Dorothy here. Right. Sorry to keep you waiting, Dorothy, but there was something I had to take care of.
No, that's all right.
A famous person. Very, very famous.
Dorothy, she could take shorthand, and I did have an affair with her.
I am shocked. That airhead could take shorthand.
Look, Dorothy, tomorrow I am checking into the hospital, and I may never come out, and if that's the case...
Oh, Rose, I wish I knew what to say to make you feel better.
Say I'm okay.
You know, we always tend to think the worst, so that when the news does finally come, it's never as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Well,
Well, the good news...
Well, hello, big boy. Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I wanna be the variety of men in our lives. Well, thanks again for the ride home, Dirk. I'll see you at Tuesday's Jazzercise class.
I'll see you then.
Okay.
Unless I see you before then. I mean, if you wouldn't mind, maybe we could go out.
My Dirk, did I just hear you ask me for a date?
Are you deaf? I heard him from here.
So, Blanche?
And mechanical doubles were sent back to Earth to take their place. Did any of them mention a leader named Zardoz?
Rose, I am saying they had all had facelifts, and they looked absolutely gorgeous. It was the most disgusting spectacle I've ever witnessed in my life.
Wait a minute. When we go to the movies, who always stands in line for the popcorn?
I do.
When we vacuum, who always lifts up the furniture?
I do?
When we clean the kitchen, who always mops?
Dorothy.
Who cleans the mop?
I do.
She takes advantage, Rose, and it's time.
He used to walk to school with me every day on a little leash I made out of kite string. Well, one day we were about to cross the bridge down near the schoolhouse, and Larry stopped dead in his tracks. No matter how I yanked on that leash, he just wouldn't move. Suddenly I heard this loud noise.
Just checking. You never know. Tell me, how is Blanche?
She didn't go to work again today.
Oh.
It's been 3 weeks and she just sits in her room. The museum's gonna fire her.
Well, we've tried everything. Golf, the movies, theater, ticket shoot.
Tunder the mediocre became Tunder the magnificent.
Guess he didn't want to change the monograms on his towels.
Well, Tunder the tiger spent so much time performing that he didn't have enough time to spend with his wife. Well, she told him that she missed the time they had together when he was just me.
So I just got seats for Dorothy and Blanche and me.
Oh, well, honey, don't worry. You can have my ticket.
Oh, no, Dorothy, that wouldn't be fair. No, the three of you should go. I mean, we can meet for coffee afterwards.
Oh, great.
She's doing it again. First it was Antonio's, then it was the...
I'm going to keep it as a reminder for the next time you behave like a big fat jerk.
Okay.
Oh. Honey, you sure you're going to be able to pretend to be surprised at that banquet?
Oh, of course. I pretended to be a virgin half a dozen times.
So, Blanche, where would you like to have lunch today,
How about that new pizza place on the corner?
Great.
Dorothy,
Yes, Blanche.
what was that thing Mr. Allen just gave you?
What thing?
That thing you just put in your drawer?
Oh, that thing. It's nothing.
And set sail for America. 500 people, filled with hope, singing, laughing, drinking. Actually, only the Irish were drinking. But I digress. Of course, on the second day, things took a turn for the worse. For the next month and a half, the storm-tossed seas made our...
Honey, I'm sorry. I know you meant well.
I'm not crying on account of that. I'm crying because we're all gonna die, and I still have so many things to tell you.
Like what?
Like, once I read your diary. You what? Well, it was an accident, you
How do you do?
Nice to meet you, Liz. Have to run, sorry.
Nice meeting you.
And I'll catch up with you two later.
When?
Oh, we have so many running jokes. Well, but what brings you two here?
Oh, no thanks. We were in the neighborhood and we thought we'd, just...
Well, it loses a little in the translation. But the point of it is that it's human nature to want to make up. I mean, people stay angry out of habit. If we can just get Angela and Sophia to...
Aren't going to eat it. Why did you take it?
It's the principle. You're always leaving me out of things.
Now, Sophia, that's not true.
The hell it isn't. What about that dance marathon you cut me out of?
Oh, now, come on, Ma, that was different. There was money at stake.
We didn't even tell each other about that.
I remember I was the first one to arrive. You remember?
There's only one can.
Well, how am I going to get to the airport?
Run behind it! Ma, I hate leaving you like this. I really do. Why don't you come with us?
Yeah, come on, Sophie. It'll be fun.
Oh, and the resort is absolutely gorgeous. Look here. Here's our room. Isn't that beautiful? You can have the king-size bed.
There's already two.
And I love you.
Fine. Now keep your fat mouth shut so I can get some sleep.
Jean thinks she's in love with Rose.
Have a place to sleep.
Look, I sympathize with your problem. For $75, you can sleep in the lobby and I won't have you arrested for loitering.
$75? That's a lot of money.
I know, ma'am. That's why I want it.
Oh.
Gee, this...
Well, I'm very happy to report that this year's variety show is really coming along. And the first thing I'd like to discuss... Yes, Frida?
I heard that ticket sales are not going very well. I heard that you have not been able to find any good talent, and I heard that Kent Ferguson...
Thanks for the flowers.
It was the least I could do.
I thought so, too.
Oh, Stephen, I'm sorry. There's no excuse for my not being here, but the important thing is I'm back.
Blanche.
Wait, honey, let me finish. I know how much we care for each other. I know how good we are for each other, and let's... It fits. My wedding dress fits.
Congratulations. You weren't married in a white dress?
Oh, Rose, come on. I mean, it's one reason, and get back to your boring lives. No harm done. But somehow, some way, you seem to have taken a liking to each other. You believe you were meant to be together. Well, let me tell you what I see. I see who cows story. That is a why in the hell tell in the first place story.
Blanche,
Well,
Blanche,
I'm sorry, but it's just that I actually went through a very rebellious stage as a teenager. I know how difficult it can be.
Well, what did you do that was so rebellious?
When I was 15, I dropped out of school for a month to become a magician's assistant. When I was 16...
You know, you have really ruined Rose's relationship with Miles.
If you could have seen her face when I talked like Charlie, I almost wet myself.
Listen, you vindictive little sea monkey. You are going to...
Who did Ma always leave in charge?
Me?
Right. And do you know why?
Yeah, because Phil played with matches.
No. Because Ma trusted you with responsibility. In her eyes, I could never be as good as you. Ma looked at you and saw a wonderful future.
Part of all of us. Now, is there anything I can get you from the kitchen?
Just bread and water. Maybe I'll acquire a taste.
Work saw that, too. Don't need two cooks.
But that didn't make him feel any better.
No. Hey, that's the business.
Now I'd like to ask our writers, when did you join?
We were lucky. We got on, much later. All of us.
Okay, the earth did move. Big quake in California. Yeah, we'll speak soon. I look forward to that myself. Yeah. Bye-bye.
For me. Big Daddy's only been gone for a year. Here I am already selling off his things.
Oh, honey, it has to be done.
I know it. I just didn't realize how seeing these things would bring back so many memories. Like Big Daddy's Bible. Never went anywhere without this.
Diaper.
Oh, Dorothy, that's silly. I bet they have only nice things to say about you.
Rose, I wasn't serious. I know babies can't talk.
Oh, yes, they can. It's just that they're only understood by other babies. And, of course, advanced civilization's far, far away.
Like where?
Forgive me for the way I acted. Winning doesn't mean anything if it means losing your two best friends. Besides, we all bowled well this year. That's why I had all our names engraved on this trophy. In my opinion, we're all winners.
Well, Rose, what a sweet thing to do.
Oh.
Even if people aren't listening.
He should have taken you with him.
Anyway, after he was fired, he worked for an iron company. He sold other things, but horseshoes were his specialty. He had a sense of humor about it. We couldn't pass a horse without Charlie saying, "Can I show you something? Why am I still unhappy?"
Well, all I know is you would not believe the progress that Stanley is making. As a matter of fact, I was going to invite you to one of his sessions with Dr. Halpern.
The psychiatrist? Please. In the old days, we didn't need psychiatrists. You had a problem, you fought, you drank, you got
I probably just overdid it in class tonight.
I do think you ought to have it checked out.
Come on, it's perfectly all right. Ma, what is that you're knitting?
a bottle cover for the sherry.
Why do we need to cover the sherry?
Not the sherry here in the house. The sherry I take to the park. You drink out of a paper bag in the park, and suddenly...
What are you looking at? She scuffed those shoes. I heard her left a mark on that boy.
I'll see you later. I'm going over to Tony's.
For lunch?
No, I just called him. He was in bed. I heard female laughter in the background. It was Angela. They're sleeping together, just like I suspected. You hired the angel of death from Shady Pines.
Ma, don't be ridiculous. She is not the angel of death. She is a private nurse with excellent references. And for the last time, Shady Pines is a very reputable rest home.
I'm telling you, Dorothy, they used to pre-sell our bodies to medical schools.
Honey, I'm sorry. I know you meant well.
I'm not crying on account of that. I'm crying because we're all gonna die, and I still have so many things to tell you.
Like what?
Like, once I read your diary. You what? Well, it was an accident. You left.
And people kept looking right past that great man until today. Blanche, as crazy as it sounds, I've got a real chance now to win that election.
Because you lied.
But is that such a high price to pay?
Oh, Gil, I don't know much about politics, but I do know a thing or two about men, and I know what kind of man you are. You're an...
No, wait, Dorothy, this is a wonderful idea. I mean, you and Blanche live together. Why don't you do the show?
Oh, I would love to.
You know, I wouldn't mind doing it. I mean, there's some very important issues I'd like to discuss.
What the hell? I'll do it too.
Oh, sorry, Sophia. There's only room for 2 more guests on the panel.
That's...
Well, besides that, there was still some of the old magic there. Look, I know we loused things up the last time. I loused things up. But now we have a chance to give it another try. Babe, I missed you. I want to go through with the ceremony, then we'll go down.
George, what do you say? We'd really love to have you.
Maybe some other time. What about forgive and forget, Dot?
I am not Dot. Goodbye, George.
Bye, Dot. Where are you going?
Going to New York.
Great, let's do it.
You're not invited, Oliver. I'm going.
Hey, Tony, when one of you guys gets a chance, would you fix that sign? Seems a little high on one side.
Yeah, sure, Frank. No. I notice a lot of your students call you Frank.
You don't approve?
Oh, no, on the contrary. I think anything other than yo teach is an educational breakthrough.
Well, I just think that formal titles can be very...
Glass of milk before I go to bed tonight.
What's going on here?
Oh, I just did some shopping to cheer us up about Rose, but it didn't work.
Let me tell you two a story.
No.
A short story.
No.
An anecdote I won't take no for an answer. Picture this.
and everyone's got to have one.
What is this, a revival of Raisin in the Sun?
And the phone will ring.
Oh, he really understands me.
Hey, problem. His whole life is a 50-yard dash.
Ma, he robbed a bank. I'm calling the police.
No, wait. He didn't rob that bank. I know Rocco. He's a good man, a decent man, an honest man, and not a bad kisser.
I'm here on an age discrimination case, and you're telling me I'm too old?
Oh, it is not me. It is Enrique Mas.
I'm confused.
Please, let me explain. You see, there are two me's. There is Enrique Mas, the dedicated consumer advocate fighting...
Well, Bushman awaits. You know, I learned something tonight. A relationship is more than sex and fun and videos and good times. Thank God this isn't a relationship. So many books.
That's why they call it a library. It's from the Latin librarius, which means so many books. I'm sure you'll find something you want.
I do believe you're right.
Come on in the kitchen, I'll write you a check.
Just be sure and keep her in her cage.
Oh, maybe I can convince the Count to give us some live entertainment with dessert.
Have you any requests?
How about Bye-Bye Birdie?
Girls, Count Bessie is missing.
He was a man who brought joy into the lives of all he touched.
I have the feeling he touched every behind him.
Fidel Santiago lived life.
Excuse me, Father. Hold that thought.
Mr. Donald Trump.
I have a feeling the three of us are going to be together for a long time.
And do you, Max, take Sophia to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Then if no Elvis in this room has any objection to this union, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
I am miserable.
It is mind over matter, Dorothy. Now you can do it. You can get up off that couch. You feel better already. You're not sick anymore, Dorothy. You can heal yourself. Walk, Dorothy, walk.
Hey, just because you put your trust.
There's our cab.
Oh, girls, don't forget to pick me up one of those hats with ears.
We won't forget, Rose.
Oh, it's not for me. It's for one of the girls in my Sunshine Cadet troop.
Yeah, we know, Rose.
I mean, I'm too old for that silly stuff. But the girls love it.
Right, Rose.
You what? Oh, my gosh. My Grammy's necklace is gone. I'll bet it slipped off when I was showing Derek the view.
Blanche, we don't have a view.
Speak for yourself. Oh, Miles, I'm looking for Derek. He's about yay tall, has a mustache.
Now, what the hell is going on?
Let me tell you something I've never told a living soul. When I was unconscious, hovering between life and death, I began a journey toward a great white light. Along the way were all the people who went before me. I saw my parents. I saw your father. I saw the Ritz brothers. I remember half these photos. I don't remember Brooklyn. I don't even remember you going off to your senior prom.
Ma, I never went to my senior prom.
Actually, I did remember that, but why should I be the only one here to feel like crap?
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
I'm married.
What?
It's not a good marriage, Dorothy. It was over years ago.
I can't believe...
Sophia.
We're all going to be turned into kumquats.
What is she talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. I've been known to cast a curse myself. Do you think Shelley Long was really tired of playing in Cheers? Wrong, baby. I was tired of her. That was better than I thought it would be. Now I can't wait to get down.
Hi. Can I get you ladies drinks?
I'll have a Manhattan, and I'm watching, so don't slip me any of the cheap stuff.
I'll have another Harvey Wallbanger.
Seen quite a bit of Mr. Wallbanger tonight.
I'm celebrating because...
Trillo, Ma, this is Marguerite.
I'm pleased to meet you. Won't you join us?
Yeah, and pour me some of that champagne. I never know if I'm going to make it to New Year's. So what are we celebrating? Did the Supremes get back together?
Ma, you know, I really think you should go and lie down.
They're yours. You want them fair and square.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? You and Rose won that tournament.
Please, you blew it on purpose. The 9-pin for the spare is your best shot. You could make that shot all day long. Here, enjoy them.
Okay, wouldn't be fair. Now, I've given it a lot of thought, and I realize I'm not being honest with you. Or with myself.
Rose, how can this be? We've been so happy.
Oh, I am happy. Happy with the memories of Charlie that you rekindled. Sometimes I put those memories to sleep with me.
Oh, you wouldn't mind, Sophia? No problem. I just have to remember when I get up at night, the bathroom is down the hall to my left, not my right. The last time we had a guest, I killed 2 potted palms.
Blanche, look at this picture. A man's body was washed ashore on the beach last night.
When you're dying, not when you're on vacation. I've waited my whole life to ride Space Mountain, and nothing, you hear me? Nothing is gonna stop me. Why are you always taking her side?
Just because a hospital vending machine screws up a lousy cup of coffee doesn't mean that the hospital did anything wrong. Oh, sure, a mistake like getting 2 babies mixed up makes the headlines. But the point is, statistics back me up. Hospitals are remarkably efficient institutions. I mean, seriously.
The next thing I know, I'm in the Bahamas. I figured while I was there, I'd buy some perfume for you and your friends in the duty-free shop.
David.
I'd keep an eye on this one, lady.
Oh, I just don't know how to thank you, officer, but I would like to try. I'm usually at Wally's for happy hour on Tuesdays. Honey, it's as easy as riding a bicycle.
I never learned how to ride a bicycle.
It's as easy as falling off a bicycle.
Really? Well, that is easy. Thanks, Bill.
It was just a hunch.
Agreement that says what's yours is yours and what's mine is mine.
You want me to sign a prenuptial agreement. You want me to sign a prenuptial agreement. Stanley, whatever happened to openness and honesty and...
Didn't know what to have for dinner. How about splitting a pepperoni pizza?
Sure, you buying?
Does a pepperoni swim upstream?
Did once, let's go.
I'm afraid I don't understand, Sophia. They look up to you. They seek your advice.
Awful. Awful. Nothing, huh? Well, I laughed when I thought you said it.
Hi, Ma. How are you?
What I need is a good talking to. I don't care what you say, just Just so long as you care enough to say it.
You stink.
God bless you, Dorothy.
I don't want to talk about it, Blanche. I'm too worried about Rose.
I guess we weren't very good friends to her, were we?
No, it was the same problem. That's why he sits behind a desk. Ma, listen, I want some answers. Now, why did you prepare my favorite meal and then invite my least favorite person to come and eat it with us?
All right. I need a favor. You remember my...
I thought you were lonely. I thought you needed me.
I did, and you were there just like always. I love you, pussycat. But hey, I got my own life to live. Adios.
Dorothy, I'm getting tired of dating your mother.
I promise this is the last time this will ever happen.
Okay.
Coming, Ma.
Just one more thing.
What is it?
When we are through with dinner and she begins to pick her teeth...
I promise. I'll ask her to keep them in her mouth.
No one's that brave except in the movies and on television. But at least this time I know what I'm facing. I've gone through all the steps before. I have considered the alternatives, dealt with the reality. The last time, I think I started crying the moment the doctor told me, and I didn't stop till they wheeled me off to surgery. And then later, I cried because...
Dress business. Oh, there is nothing to settle. Now, I am wearing this dress, Dorothy. It deserves to be displayed on a devastatingly beautiful body.
Who are you going to send it to? Kim Basinger?
And what is that supposed to mean?
Why don't you think about it while you're inhaling...
What are you talking about, Miles?
Rose, my real name is Nicholas Carbone. I was an accountant in Chicago. And my biggest client was the dead man we saw on the TV news bulletin this evening.
The cheese man?
Yeah, that's right. But Rose, you have to believe me, by the time I found out about it, I was too deeply involved.
There's no Twin Oaks to go back to. I sold it.
You what?
Sold it. Sold everything. Well, now, if I'm going to go out on the road and do this thing right, I need money.
All right, this has gone far enough. I will not allow you to...
And the candles, it was beautiful.
And the Mass was in Latin, a fine old Italian language. Now, who knows? Sometimes it's in English, sometimes in Spanish. If you ask me, they should go back to Latin, the language Jesus spoke.
Ma, he spoke Hebrew.
But I joined this mammals with blowholes thing. I didn't expect to be carrying picket signs on some grungy dock. I was hoping more for a fundraiser cocktail party with Chinese lanterns and Hispanic waiters in tight black pants. Besides, it's just for this one date. Day after tomorrow, he leaves for Saskatchewan.
He doesn't leave for anywhere. We made that up.
All right. Well, what if he turns out to be wonderful? We would have ruined her evening for nothing. Oh, let's at least meet him. Dorothy, he might turn out to be Rose's dream come true.
About Eve? That's Betty Davis. The one who beat her kids with wire hangers?
No, that was Joan Crawford.
The fat cop from Highway Patrol?
That was Broderick Crawford.
The president was married to Broderick Crawford? And Mondale's still lost? What an idiot.
I made some nice hot cocoa.
Now, Rosa, tell us how you got up the courage to save that eagle.
It was just a bird.
Well, what about saving that there school bus, huh?
I just gave it directions.
Oh, yeah, but there was a bridge washed out on the road ahead.
Really?
Between you and me, pussycat, I believe in miracles. Excuse me, popes hate to be kept waiting.
Good evening. I'm here about the ring.
You're not the Pope.
Well, not yet, but like they say, you never know when the smoke will blow your way.
Then he took me dancing, and he was a perfect gentleman.
Get to the humiliation and degradation part.
Then I suggested we go back to his place. When we got there, I went to the bathroom to freshen up. After I had removed all of my clothes, I noticed his monogram velour. I started feeling those awful stirrings and urgings. I was like a spring blooming peach bud just ripened to dewy fruition, waiting to be plucked by the first handsome man to come my way.
You were looking for some nookie.
Exactly.
Here's a freshly squeezed potato juice. While Cousin Dak played getting to know you through the hole in his windpipe.
Tell me, Rose, did you ever accompany him through the hole in your head?
Oh, Sophia, honey, would you mind getting that, please?
No. Ingrid Bergman had Paris. My pussycat has crabs.
Would you look at his comment? He just called. Oh, Big Daddy's gonna be in Miami tomorrow. I can't believe it.
I can't believe I know anyone who calls her father Big Daddy.
Back home, everybody calls him Big Daddy. Well, he's the most respected and beloved man in our town. Oh, for as long as I can remember. People... Okay, do me first. One thing I know for sure, I have not lost my hourglass figure.
But it looks like somebody poured about 90 minutes of extra sand in the glass.
You're just jealous of me, Dorothy. You know it, I know it, and Rose knows it, don't you, Rose?
It's neat the way the tape's a different color.
She's smart.
Well, yeah.
Hot damn.
Hi, Blanche. I was sitting home feeling sorry for myself, so I thought I'd do some risk-taking and invite myself over. Here.
Oh, I didn't try. I don't want to risk cracking a nail.
What are these, claws?
Well, I figured you wouldn't mind, seeing as how you work with your hands all day.
I'm a teacher. I grade papers. I don't shuck oysters.
I'm going next door to Frida Goodson's. We're having a club meeting.
I didn't know.
Oh, by the way, I forgot. This came for you. A postcard from Bernice.
I don't want it.
Well, Sophia, I thought you missed her.
I do. But if I read that, I'll only miss her more.
Ma, I know you're lonely for Bernice, but it's been over a month now.
It's not just Bernice. The whole gang is gone. Gladys went to live with her daughter. Edie got married.
Ma, it's me.
Come in.
Ma, I want to talk to you about the trip.
Yeah, I want to talk to
Made with milk, sugar, honey, a whole lot of love, and just a drop of sunshine.
Honey, why don't you leave the poor man alone?
I know if he got to know me, he'd like me.
Why? I got to know you. I don't like you.
You just say that.
Repeatedly.
Rose, you've become a... Oh. God, he's good.
Oh, excuse me. Have you seen Patrick?
Blanche, have you seen Patrick?
No. Who's the flower for?
Oh, it's for Patrick. I thought I'd give him a rose for good luck.
Blanche.
And Sophia, I want to offer you a traditional Scandinavian wedding blessing. Gefleckter Flaffen, Fleffen Flöfen, Verfetter Flingen, Verflaffen.
I'm really touched. I'm also soaking wet.
And Ma, you were always a better bowler than I was.
I know. I do everything better than you. If this sauce was a person, I'd get naked and make love to her.
Hey, Ma, you know that doubles bowling tournament is next weekend. What do you say?
Rose, if God had meant man to eat like that, he would have handed him his teeth in a baggie.
Well, excuse me for asking.
I'm sorry. I'm just irritable.
Oh, poor Sophia. Are you still upset because your friend Bernice moved back to Chicago?
No, Rose. I'm upset because I can't relate to 30-something.
Greatest dog in the world. The present company excluded. Oh, I loved that dog. He was always with me. I thought I'd never be able to get along without him. And one day he died. I cried for a week. And I decided then I would never, ever go through that again.
I'm getting married. What do you think about that?
I think it's a mistake.
To wear all that makeup.
I know it's fast, but I just don't know when I'll find another like him. He just... Oh, girls, he makes me feel so good, so young, so happy.
Oh, Rose.
I just feel like such a fool. I would give up everything that I ever thought meant anything to me if I could have one moment with you. I don't know if love can help you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right. 6 o'clock at Mildred's. We're putting together a list of demands to present to that scuzzball McCracken at work tomorrow. Good. Oh, and Edna, bring some sherry. Nobody bought that glaucoma story when you whipped out that reefer last.
We don't have to go through all that trouble. I bought this for my grandson. It sounded so good, I kept it for myself.
Oh, I love Glenn Miller. I met my husband at a Glen.
Is this the end of the road for us, Pumpkin?
Oh, Miles, can't you see I'm overwhelmed? I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Fine. Let me help make it easy for you. Dump Buzz.
Miles, I know it's asking a lot, but I'm going to need a little time to figure. I took you.
Look, Ma, you know what I'm talking about. You complain, you belittle.
You know, Dorothy, I think maybe you're being too hard on her. I know how difficult buying shoes can be. Sometimes you get yourself a really good-looking salesman and you try to sale.
Well, can we get in trouble having a garage sale? I mean, we're not actually selling a garage.
If it's a choice between the two of them, let the blind one make change.
Isn't it? And up the stairs.
Rose, you're not skipping.
Sorry. The point is, it was shame that kept Aunt Katrina from loving slow Ingmar. And it ruined her life. Oh, don't let that happen to you, Sophia. Let go of the shame. So what if he was different?
Wait a minute. Is this one of those hidden video things? No? Sorry. Yeah, I think Special says it.
Chilled to the bone. I've never seen it be this cold in Miami.
You know, I think that storm is getting worse.
No, I disagree. I think the storm was at its worst.
Leave her alone. I'm sure she feels bad enough.
Thank you, Rose. Oh, honey, do we have any orange juice?
Sure. Would you like me to pour you a glass? Or have Sophia come in and bring you the refrigerator?
Enough.
Pussycat, I moved that safe to the attic like you asked me to.
And sometimes he'd wear his underwear on the outside of his pants. I guess he wasn't a very reliable source. Oh, girls. Girls, do you really?
But look, Rose, to tell you the truth, it just wasn't the swell time I had in mind. But look, I'm starting to get a little suspicious. There's somebody else, isn't there?
This isn't meant to impress you. This is just to get you tipsy.
Richard, you rascal.
You know, I've made a lot of money, and I've seen a lot of the world. But there's still one thing in my life that's missing.
What?
Someone to share it with.
I was hoping.
Beverage card. Yes, that's it. The beverage card.
Dorothy, it is not a coincidence. It is my nightmare, and it's coming true.
Don't be silly, Blanche. Not all of it's coming true. You haven't heard the voice of God.
Go. Have you eaten? Well, I haven't. Goodbye. Let's roll.
Sophia, we can't. We haven't all gotten our calls.
Oh, forget it. She's not going to call. Hello? For Dorothy.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Boy, Blanche, I didn't realize you were such a big spender.
Go ahead, Dorothy, you go.
Okay, I buy for...
Dorothy, maybe I ought to go to New York with you. New York is a writer's city. I could hang out at the Algonquin, talk to my colleagues, get the juices going.
Honey, I'm going just for 2 days to see a doctor. I've asked Rose to go with.
I'm Mr. Fix-It. Here to please. No problem, too big or too small.
This is great. It's better than vaudeville.
Well, I'm all yours, ladies. Just lead me to the trouble. There's nothing I can't fix, except maybe this old noggin. That could use a little rewiring. Well, let's go.
Come on, so you have another thing coming.
Maybe some cookies and milk could change your mind.
Here. How about $50 and you tell the truth? What do you say?
Are you trying to bribe us, Blanche?
Oh, yeah, you catch on quick.
Make it 150 each.
I'm going.
Want a cup of coffee?
Maybe I will have a cup of coffee.
Oh, good.
Rose, about last night, I should never have said anything.
Well, you only said what you were feeling.
We eat lots of fruits and grains and try to avoid sweets. Right, Kolak?
Why don't you try to avoid sweets? It's not a pretty picture from down here.
Why, Kolak, I didn't know that you could speak English.
Hey, what you don't know could fill a space the size of Guam.
Please, call me Ma.
Ma?
Not you.
Popcorn, Ma?
Oh, no, it gets caught in my teeth.
I tell you what, I'll floss them while you nap.
You're a good kid.
Place his. His dog lifted his leg on an electric fence. Poor Sparky. To show him how sorry I am, I'm going to go to the pound and get him another pet.
Rose, I really think...
These Siamese twins sleep alone more than you do.
Who are you on the phone with?
Oh, Dorothy's talking to the police about the baby.
I see. No problem. Yeah, and that's the standard procedure? Yeah, well, then I guess we'll just have to discuss it and come to some kind of decision. Thank you very much.
May I remind you, Dorothy, that moose didn't just raise little Yemeni. He put him through medical school.
Why were you dating Buzz at the same time as Charlie?
Because I didn't know which one I liked better. They were so different. Charlie liked to do all the...
Ma, you can't just run off to help Phil every time he has a problem.
I came here to live with you when you had a problem.
I did not have a problem. You came to live here because the home burned down.
That's right, Sophia. Don't you remember?
Hi there. Ma! Ma, what?
I won't have to look anyone in the eye ever again.
Except maybe Mr. Pincus.
If I meet our paper...
Blanche. Of course I mean it. Look at her. My cab driver would fall in love.
Oh, I'll get it. Harry.
Oh,
Hi.
my pretty.
Oh, Harry. Everybody, this is Harry. Harry, this is Rose.
Rose.
And Dorothy.
Dorothy.
And this is Sophia.
Rose, you're home early.
Yeah. I called Charlie's company today, and it turns out they have a legal right to cut off the pension. Well, I don't make enough at the counseling center to live without that pension, so I figured I'd better get a new job.
I'm helping her. Look, we're going through the classifieds and cutting out ads that might be of some interest to her.
Single white man.
Thought my My appearing out of nowhere would have been more than you could handle.
Well, shouldn't it be up to me to decide what I can and can't handle?
No, Rose. Not up to me either. It's up to the man who brought us together today.
The intern in the paper shoes?
No, Rose. The Lord Almighty.
7:30. We want to get good seats. Ma, what are you doing in here?
The searchlights were out, so I tunneled out of my room with a spoon. Makeup on with a butter knife doesn't make you Tammy Baker.
Forget it, Blanche. I'm not going to kill myself because you have the hots for some guy in a fancy car.
Dorothy, Larry is very important.
Let me get this straight. Blanche couldn't get the hang of Dirty Dancing, but you could?
Dorothy, now do you see why I'm so embarrassed? Can you imagine a dance with movements just like making love and I can't do it?
Relax, Blanche. Maybe standing up is what's throwing you.
Marvelous. Now get the hell out of my room.
Ma, Dennis had an affair. What he did was terrible. How can she forgive him?
Dorothy, please, let me go back to sleep. I was in the middle of a dream where I was held captive on a desert island by Cesar Romero in a loincloth.
Ma, Kate and I had a fight. I have to talk.
Oh, well, considering what you've been through, go ahead, Rose.
She took a vacation to Mexico, and she found this poor, scrawny, helpless little Chihuahua puppy on the street. And she brought it home to St. Olaf with her, and she nursed it back to health.
Oh, it must have been one of the guys from work. Yeah, that's it.
I've heard enough.
Please, Dorothy, you'll have the time of your life.
The time of my life? Stan, the last time you said that, it took 12 seconds. And I ended up 3 months pregnant at my own wedding.
Look, I'll level with you. I got...
Show. I said no. And he ended up with a monkey. Draw your own conclusions.
T-E-double-R-I-F-I-C. Shove a mister in the front and you've got me.
Oh, no. I just have something in my eye.
That's dog love in your eyes.
All right, I admit it. I love dogs. It just breaks my heart that dog is gone.
I know. I felt the same way when I dropped him off. That's why I stopped.
Blanche, would you mind coming over and actually doing something?
Well, Dorothy Zbornak, are you implying I'm not pulling my weight?
That's between you and the laws of physics. Come on, honey. These are your father's things. You should be helping.
The auction's less than a week away. There's a lot to do.
It's just so hard.
Phones, Ma.
You're bluffing.
The West Wing.
Right behind you.
Shady Pines, Rose.
This really shouldn't work on me. Oh, girls, you're just in time. Where's Blanche?
Oh, she said to save her a seat. She saw a man smiling at her out in the hall. Now, look, Rose...
Wait, what about the dress Jamie Farr promised us from MASH?
No, it hasn't come yet.
But he promised.
Honey, we have a lot of other stuff. It's okay.
No, it's not. He let you down. Well, I'm not surprised. You couldn't trust Klinger on guard duty, and you can't trust him now.
Rose, take it easy.
Oh, I'm the one who's supposed to take it easy.
Here we go. Good luck, ladies. Dorothy. Dorothy. Pretty fast worker. I guess that's something we have in common.
That's something else you have in common.
Well, Gary Tucker, you
She says that.
Rose, do something.
Sold! Sorry, Dorothy, that's $500 for the Children's Hospital. I guess dreams really can come true.
And you come waltzing through that door and tell me you want me to give you a music box?
Oh, wait! It's Mamie!
Just under the buzzer, Rose.
It was of great sentimental value, Blanche, I assure you.
It just so happens we haven't found any music box.
I'd like to propose a toast to Sophia, whose generosity and kindness of spirit have given us a gift beyond measure.
I too have a toast. I predict nothing but disaster and tragedy for everyone connected.
Oh, I think this is wonderful.
It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was romantic. It was just everything I dreamed it could be.
Oh, Blanche, we're so happy for you.
Well, don't be, because I can't marry him.
So your wife had triplets.
That's wonderful.
What are they?
That's when 3 babies are born at the same time.
Look, I really appreciate you all taking care of Emily, and I am sorry if I caused you any trouble.
Oh, she was no trouble at all. She was just a precious little angel. Well, it's time to go home now, Emily. Certainly. Turned my home into a halfway house for recently released criminals.
Yes, Rose, you are the smartest person in the world. Burger world.
Rose, if I use this permit, any kind of scum could walk through the door. Thieves, murderers, men who haven't seen a woman for 10 years, who've been doing nothing but lifting.
What we're dealing with here, my mother bought this man at a bus stop.
Jab, left, jab, jab, left.
Well, what are you doing? You don't know the first thing about boxing.
Please, I used to be known as the Don King of Sicily. Of course, I used to wear my hair differently then.
Boy, I wish we had thought of putting in a pay toilet.
Hello? It was Dorothy. Hide me.